guys, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be doing my July and August wish list, my monthly wish list that kind of like skipped a month in July. I was really busy, okay? I was really busy. So I'm going to do a July and August combination. I also don't really want a lot at the moment, which is good. I mean, it probably had something to do with me buying out basically Cult Beauty and Beauty Bay entirely. And if you're new here, hello, welcome, my name is Meg, and I like to talk about all the superficial things in life, all the things that don't really matter. They don't really matter, but they bring us a little bit of joy in the everyday grind that can be life. I talk about all the things like fashion, makeup, skincare, hair care, homeware, all those things we talk about around this channel. So if that's something that you'd enjoy, that sounds like something you'd like, hit subscribe, join my little famalam, and yeah, let's get into my monthly wish list. So, I feel like I definitely bought a lot off my wish list in June. Now, if you've been around and you've been watching these videos, you all know that my mission with my monthly wish list was to buy less, in terms of, not necessarily like buy less, but buy less impulsively and to only purchase things twice a year. Now, I kind of made this rule up halfway through, really. And I'm only allowed to purchase makeup in the months of June and November. The reason for that is they tend to be the months where I spend the most money, because June is my birthday month, so I like to treat myself and I like to just be like, it's my birthday month, I get to buy whatever I want. And it's like middle of the year, you know, like summer, holidays get bought, things like that, you know, like June tends to be the month where for some reason I don't save a great deal, and November, my November paycheck is probably the second biggest hitter, probably the biggest hitter of the year, because it's Jake's birthday and it's also the paycheck that I use to buy Christmas presents and Christmas presents for myself. So I was kind of like, do you know what, if I can limit my makeup purchasing to twice a year, that'd be really awesome. So June went by and I basically did two Mahoosuve hauls, one on Beauty Bay, one on Cult Beauty. I will link the shop with me up in the eye right here, and I've already done both hauls. I'll also link both of them in the eye too if you want to go check them out. The Beauty Bay one I only uploaded last week, maybe week before last. I'm not sure when I've uploaded it in comparison to this, but like very recently, just because I wanted to space them out a little bit so it wasn't like haul. And now we're left with a wish list that isn't so much of a wish list, because it's a I bought it list. So before we talk about the products that I do still want and I haven't got, I thought we'd just quickly take the things off that I did buy, whoopsie, and shove it on the I've bought it list, I guess. I mean, that might get really filled up very quickly, but we'll see how we get on. I'm going to just quickly run through this and hopefully you can keep up, but I'm going to shoot up the monthly wish list that I had before I started buying anything, and let's go through this. So, Urban Decay Hydromaniac, bought it. Vieve blushes, bought them. Vieve lipsticks, bought them. I actually have a lip swatch video up, I will put up in the eye right now. Natasha Denona Zendo palette, bought it. Nabla skin tint, bought it. BH Cosmetics, those like dance series palettes, bought it. Fenty blushes, haven't bought. Fenty cream bronzer, haven't bought. Fenty cream gloss bombs, haven't bought. Charlotte Tilbury correct concealers, bought it. Nabla nude palette, forgotten the name, bought it. Sigma, oh god, this is really testing me. Sigma warm neutrals, bought it. Sigma ambience collection, bought the whole collection, didn't plan on it, bought the whole collection. Colourpop new jungle palette, haven't bought it. Soul body bronzer, haven't bought it. Colourpop Barbie collection, haven't bought it. Haven't bought the Hello Kitty from Colourpop, or the Coco Cabana collection, Cabana Club collection from Colourpop, haven't bought that either. Teresa is Dead and Lethal Cosmetics collab, haven't bought. Dose of Colours, Daffy, Daisy, whatever it is, Duck, haven't bought. Glamlight Michaela palette, haven't bought. Nabla 6 and 7, is it? 6 and 7, 7 and 8, haven't bought. Maybelline Gloss Lift Bomb thing, haven't bought. NYX, by the way, side note, I'm planning to do like a drugstore haul. I was going to do it at the end of June and I reserved some money for it, but I was waiting for a 3 for 2 and I think I just missed it at the end of June. So I'm just waiting for their next 3 for 2 and I might do an ad hoc haul, even though it's not in June or November, but I like reserved money specifically for that. I'm not sure yet, but I kind of bummed out that I missed that opportunity to do a haul, but never mind. So yeah, NYX Glue Brow Gel, haven't bought. The Soph collection from Makeup Revolution, haven't bought. Juvia's Bronze collection and their Juvia's Blush collection, have not bought. Neither have I bought the Makeup Revolution highlighters, the Barry like tints, foundation tints, the Colourpop collection where they had like the Grandeur palette, that stuff. Colourpop Brow Wax and new brow products, haven't bought. Huda Beauty Skin Tint I have bought, but the bronzer I have not. I would still like that bronzer, so I might just change the picture on that one, I'm not really too sure. I haven't bought the Makeup Revolution Eye Wand Concealer, or the Barry Nude Palette, or the Luna Beauty Eclipse palette, or the Charlotte Tilbury Bronze and Highlight. Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Glow is what I'm going for. I haven't bought the e.l.f. Putty Blushes, haven't bought the Visor Soleil palette. This is really testing me, by the way. This is like really testing me because I'm just looking at pictures and I'm remembering the products. Dominique Cosmetics Sheer Blushes, haven't bought. Iconic Bronzer I did buy, really intrigued by that. The Urban Decay Naked Wild West palette I did buy. The Charlotte Tilbury lip product I didn't buy. The Huda Beauty Glossy Satin Lipsticks didn't buy. The Jeff Cosmetics Blood Money, haven't bought, and neither have I bought the Smoke Sessions palette, haven't bought that either. Just really quickly flitting to the makeup that's on my radar that I no longer want, that's just kind of like, if it's 70% off I'll buy it. I don't think I've purchased anything off this list. I'm just looking now. No, I've bought nothing off this list, so that's going well. So I bought 12 products off my wish list, which kind of actually is baffling me a little bit because it felt like I purchased so much more. But when I think about it, for example, the Vieve lipsticks were 5 individual products, so it felt like 5 things when actually it was one thing on my wish list. And like I bought 2 of the Vieve blushes, for example, which were 2 items, which was only one thing on my wish list. And I think it's safe to say some of the things on this wish list now that I can just take off completely. I think the Mary Jane palette from Melt I'm going to demote to my on the radar I no longer want. I think the Charlotte Tilbury lipstick I'm going to also demote to on the radar no longer want. I think is that it maybe? I think maybe the Cabana Club collection from Colourpop I'm going to demote to that list as well. I think that's about it. Okay, so this is the fun part where we get to talk about the products that I do want that I'm going to add to my wish list. And the first thing that I'm going to pull is, boom, the Colourpop Cherry Crush collection. This looks so lovely. Do I need it? Probably not. Probably not. But do you know what? I do love a red eye. I love like red sangria vibes on my eyes, and I feel like this paired with something else would look really nice. The only thing I don't like, I don't know, the only thing I don't like about this is there's no like contrast. So you've got those really lovely deep mattes on the bottom row, which I really love. The middle row is lovely, but then the top row just seems like a replication of the middle row, and I wish they were lighter and brighter. That's just my feelings on it. This isn't a perfect palette by any means. It's really cute and I love the packaging. Really like this, but I don't quite need it. It's just the vibe I like. So if I saw it on set, like if I was doing a Colourpop order, which I will do eventually, probably in November now, just because I don't really want to buy something if it's not in the month that I said I'd buy it in. I'll probably do a Colourpop order around then, and I think like if this was on offer I could potentially add it to my basket, but if it wasn't, then I could pass on it. But it's nice, and like for that it's going to be on my wish list. Oh, also Colourpop, there you go, that was weird, came out at the same time. They've come out now with like little bundle sets. I don't know if they're still doing these, but the reason I wanted to bring this to light is because I actually already have the Taupe collection, and which is the top left, that's Taupe or whatever it's called. Top left I already have, and the top right I already have. The middle one doesn't sing to me at all, the Nude Mood one, like kind of boring in my eyes. It's just not my thing. But the Coastal Coral looks nice. The High Tide looks really nice, and the Fine Feathered look really nice. I really like that High Tide palette. That's really pretty. Those bottom 3 are kind of speaking to me quite a lot, and I feel like if I could get a bundle with the 2 eyeliners and the palette, not so much the Super Shock shadows, don't know how much I care about those if I'm going to be honest, but yeah, those like bottom 2 right I think look really nice. Ooh, Juvia's Place came out with quads, and these are so pretty. The top left one, the real like army green one, the best, I don't know what they're called, of best of Oh, it is the Best of Army or the Rebel Army. I'm not really too sure what this is called. I really like these, like, greens are really dark and murky, and I'd say I actually want all of them apart from the honey palette, which is that orangey palette. The only reason I don't want the orangey honey palette is because I've got those colours time and time again in my collection. I don't need a quad of them. Like, I just don't need that. I've got quads, I've got 5 pans, 6 pans of this sort of colour story. I don't need it. It's a beautiful palette. Really, really pretty palette. I like it, but I don't need it. The mints, I don't have a lot of mints, and I feel like this is a really nice palette to have because it's got like a nice combination of like a dark mint and a light mint to blend that out, and then like an all over lid shade and like a pop of silver to just bring it all together. The dark green quad, like I said, the army green, I will definitely pick up because I can just see myself pairing that with other palettes really well. And I think I quite like the greys as well. I think I quite like that. So I could definitely see myself doing a Juvia's Place order at some point. Like I said, probably in November now. But I can see myself when I do a Juvia's Place order picking a few of these up. They're quite pretty. Okay, so Flower Beauty has released 3 brand new highlighters, Luna, Solstice and Blaze. I think these look so nice. I would definitely pick up Luna, that's more my skin shade I think. Solstice is just like a little bit too deep for me, that's definitely like a medium skin tone. And obviously Blaze is far too deep for me, much better for the deeper skin tone. So I can see myself picking this up. It looks really nice and shiny. The promotional pictures are lovely. I love Flower Beauty. I think a lot of their products, it's like not a brand that I necessarily think of straight away, but I always give it a chance to look at it and look at the stand in Superdrug. I think they do like sell nice products, and every single thing that I've picked up has never been disappointing. Yeah, so I think I'm going to pick this up. I don't know if I like the packaging. I think it's a bit clunky. It could have been a bit sleeker and a bit sexier, but never mind. I will definitely pick up Luna though. That is stunning. Ooh, Natasha Denona. So she brought out this palette. Well, it came out in like a collection, but I've only screenshot the palette because I don't really care for the eye pots or the eye pencils. Like I don't use eye pencils and eye pots enough to pay a Natasha Denona price. There's just no point in me doing that. So I just screenshotted the palette. This is called something, isn't it? It's called something and I've forgotten. But this is really nice, and the swatches look so nice. So if you head over to Natasha Denona's Instagram, you'll see that she swatches all of them, and that silver shade in the middle, she like swatches and it's stunning. I just think this is a little bit too expensive for the amount of times I'm likely to use it. I am a sleut for a silver shade. I love silver, love silver. However, it's kind of like I would definitely be paying for that palette just for the silver shade. I just can't justify that. So this is on my, is it my radar or is it my wish list? I think it's on my radar. I think it's on my radar rather than my wish list actually, because it's a bit overpriced, but it's also very pretty. Colourpop. So Colourpop released 12 Super Shock shadows in collaboration with the Disney princesses yet again. Whoop whoop, we love a Disney princess. And each of these Super Shock shadows, like this is a really poor picture and I'm sorry, but it was just like the best one of the packaging. So go ahead on their Instagram if you want to go have a look at any of these pictures in better detail. I always show the person that I got the picture from on Instagram. So this one was from Trend Mood, so I'm sure there'll be better pictures of those shadows. But all of them are really pretty. I feel like this is, if this is the right price, I could see myself picking it up. I saw some of the swatches and I'd say I like at least 6 to 9 of them. A couple of them are a little bit like, okay, cool. But I really like those greens, the purples, the blues, the really like pearly shimmery shades. So maybe it's just like the reds and the golds I'm not a fan of. But then equally they're the sort of shades that the average girl likes, so I could maybe give them to friends. I really like this. If again this is available or an offer when I do a Colourpop haul, then I can see myself picking this up for a bit of fun. I think it's pretty. I also like the packaging as well. It's nice, it's nice. Ooh, this however from Colourpop is so pretty. It's really peculiar because I talked about this in a video where I was like, is makeup inspiring? You know, like it's a whole talking about inspiring makeup and the beauty world and makeup industry, things like that. And I feel like Colourpop have been flogging the monochromatic palettes for so long that it's like, yeah, we get it. You can do a £9 monochromatic palette. Thank you. Thank you. how many times can we do this now? This is so interesting to me. I love this. So this is their kind of, I don't know what it's actually called, like Millennium or like Glitch palette. It's like their Digital Age palettes or something, but you've got New Millennium, Just a Glitch and Digital Playground as their 3 5-pan eyeshadow palettes. And they're so pretty. The highlighters are different, and I respect that. I think I like the lighter one. Obviously the dark one is not for my skin tone. I mean, it could be if you wanted it to be, but I think I could see myself picking up the lighter highlighter, which is like a purple lavender weird glitter ballness, which I kind of like, and I don't know why. The Super Shock shadows are not appealing to me. They're just a bit like, yeah. And then the balms look nice, but I don't wear bright pinks like that often enough to pick them up. But those 3 palettes are really, really appealing to me, and I really would like to pick them up. Like, if they went out of stock before I got to get my hands on them, I'd be really disappointed. And I think the reason for that is there's, you know when I said I liked sangria vibes on my eyes when it comes to like peaches, corals and reds? That Digital Playground palette is exactly that, so I can see myself picking that up. And the blue mint palette is really, really nice as well, and that purple palette, it's just so nice. Like, all of it's so nice. I really, really like this collection. This, for me, is why Colourpop is such a good brand. Like, they can prove to us that they know how to do good products. So, cannot wait to see more swatches and demos of that, because it looks really nice. Okay, so this is from Collection Cosmetics. This is a UK brand. Collection have come out with this foundation. I don't know a lot about it, but it's called their Sicca foundation, I think. It says that it's soothing, infused with anti-inflammatory Cetaphil? No, I don't know what that is. Sicca, I don't know. It's soothing, it's like kind of anti-redness, antioxidant ingredients, that sort of thing. I think the packaging is kind of cool for this. I think it's kind of cool. It kind of looks like an ointment, a little bit. So I'm kind of walking on the line of, this looks weird, but I kind of want to try it. This doesn't look like Collection at all. When I saw this pop up on my Instagram feed, I was like, oh, what brand is this? Or thinking it would be, oh, I don't know what brand I saw it was. I didn't think it was Collection, so I was really surprised to see that it was them. They are really, really affordable, really affordable. Like, you can pretty much get anything from their range for under £10. In fact, I don't think anything from their range is above £10. I don't think. They're really affordable, really, really affordable. So I really would like to try this out. I think this could be a really interesting concept. It's definitely a start of cheaper brands infusing skincare with makeup, and we definitely have seen that starting to appear as a trend now, of makeup companies combining skincare and makeup together, especially in base products. So yeah, this is a really interesting thing. I'd love to try it out. Oh, these sponges from Real Techniques. I love a Real Techniques sponge. Okay, truth be at it, I love a Real Techniques sponge. And these are weird and wonderful. So we've got a top one, which is like a exfoliating thing, which I don't really understand. And I feel like I'd want to see it demoed before I spend my hard-earned coin on it. But it's kind of got like this silicone thing on it with like spikes that looks really nice and exfoliating, and I feel like I'd really enjoy that on my face. But then it's also got a sponge on it, and I'm trying to understand what the purpose of that sponge is for. Like, is it like to rub afterwards? Is it to like foam up the face? What's that bit for? I don't understand how I would use this, but it's intriguing me because it looks odd. Then you have just this blue sponge, which is just more lightweight sponge. Looks nice. And then you've got a sponge which says purify and exfoliate. So purple one says tone and stimulate. I don't know what that means. The next one says blend and mattify. I don't know why it'd be mattifying, but apparently we're doing that. And then the last one says purify and exfoliate. This last sponge I don't think is a sponge though. I think it's just like a flat shape that you use to just, you know, foam up your face and cleanse and things like that. So these are intriguing me. I feel like on a 3 for 2, I'd like to demo all of these. Like, I'd buy these and just demo them all out and just see what the real tea is. I hope these aren't expensive, because if they're expensive, then that's a little bit irritating, because the middle sponge is the only thing I could see me buying, because the top one and the bottom one are things that are like, do you really need them? Probably not. Like, I do my toning without any product, not even a cotton pad. I just do it with my hands, and I do my cleansing with nothing but a microfiber towel and my hands. So it kind of begs the question of, do we need, like, is this a product for the sake of a product? And it probably is. So do I want it? I think I'm talking myself out of it, but it's intriguing me. So I think it's like on my radar rather than on my wish list, but I just find it interesting. Also, Real Techniques aren't necessarily a sponge company, and they've beat Beauty Blender to this sort of thing. Now, gimmick or not, surely a brand that focuses their life on sponges should have done this already. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but Beauty Blender haven't done anything like this. They've just done their sponge in different colours. So, I mean, hats off for like innovation or like trying to be innovative. I just need more information, I think. Oh god, this palette. This is the Urban Decay Naked Cyber palette. I'm giving you this picture specifically because I think it is the worst picture I've ever seen of a palette ever. This looks... it looks awful. This looks disgusting. The worst part is that I can see when I look closer that at least 2 of those shades are duochromes. The third one in from the right is like a blue to pink, it looks. And then the 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth one in from the left, it looks like a mint to pink duochrome. So they look like they've got depth to them, but this palette, this picture, makes them look like the dustiest, driest piece of garbaggio I've ever seen. Now, I could be completely wrong with this, and it could be like the formulation of the Naked Honey, where it was like butter between my fingers and butter on my, like, I know that's a weird saying, like butter on my eyelids, but it was just like so creamy and delicious and delectable and pigmented. It was stunning. But this looks like someone's put talcum powder in a palette and then coloured it in with some really run out felt tips, like really dried out felt tips. Also, it kind of all looks a bit the same in terms of wishy-washy colours and then a random pop of terracotta at the end and the typical bone matte pale colour to begin with. Like, I don't... Now, if this palette is really bad, like not well pigmented at all, then I will protest and I will not buy it. But if they are good quality, then maybe I'll pick it up at a sale, because this will be on sale. This will be on sale, I think, 1 month from it releasing. That's my prediction. Because this looks ugly. This is a very ugly palette. Possibly one of the ugliest palettes I've ever seen in my life. Also, there's no like depth to it. It's just all light tones. I'm really hoping it's the picture. I'm really, really hoping that it has some depth to it, because, like, what is this? What is this? You can't service that awesome packaging and then do that. It's hideous, but I'm intrigued because it's so hideous. I feel like I don't want to believe that it looks like that. You know what I mean? Like, I want to believe that it looks better than that. I don't know why I want to believe it so hard, but I want to believe. I want to believe. On the other end of the spectrum, however, Beauty Bay have served us this deliciousness. This is the Wilderness palette, and it took a lot of muscles in my body, brain, heart, fingers, everything to not just immediately put this in my basket and check out with it. This is stunning. I want it. Give it to me now. Give it to me now. This has depth within the colour stories, which I like. I would have maybe liked some of the shades to be a little bit deeper and darker, just to really bring that home, but equally we've got lighter pops, so the deeper shades, like, at least there's some contrast in that, so you can create really cool looks. We've got blues, teals, or like tropical greens, I suppose you could call them, murky forest greens and some mustard yellows, and then some reds and oranges. I really like this palette. I know a lot of people have been saying like, oh, I wish it was more green, they didn't commit to a green palette, but I think the thing is with Beauty Bay is the only time they've ever committed to a colour story is the new Romantic palette, where it was just like pinks and rose tones, which is fine. But when you look at their other palettes, they've never committed to a monochromatic palette. And I'm glad for that. Like, I'm glad that this whole palette isn't just greens. Don't get me wrong, I would have loved it because I love green. But I'm kind of glad that they haven't just gone for that. I think this is a really nice palette, like a really nice palette. And I can so see myself putting those mints and blues together, putting the greens and reds together, the mustard shades and the reds, the greens and the mustards, maybe the blues and the reds, I don't know. I really like this. I think it's really nice. And I like Beauty Bay's formula. I don't think it's the best, but for the money, I think it's nicer than the likes of Makeup Revolution, which is effectively the same price. So when you start saying things like that, and okay, this palette might be £12–15, you know, like £5 more than Makeup Revolution palette, but you notice the difference significantly in the formula. Yeah, like, I'd just go for them. They're much better. And last but not least is the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. So this actually came out, I think, the very beginning of July or the very end of June. If it was the end of June, I completely missed it, but I basically screenshot this within like the first week of July. This, obviously, I already have the putty blushes on my wish list, but the putty bronzer, I think, came out a little bit after the blushes. These look really, really nice, and I've seen a few people play around with these and they really like them. And it's e.l.f. Like, it's not expensive. They look nice. I love a cream cheek product. I love all cream products. I'm a dry skin girl. I love cream products. So I'm really wanting to try one of these out. I think I'd only need one because why would I need more than one? But their colour range seems really, really good as well. Like, they go from really, really light to really, really deep, in my personal opinion. Maybe you have other thoughts. That's cool. Please let me know. I'd love to know if I'm not right in that. It's not just all like mid-range, you know. So I really appreciate that. It's really good. It's good to see from a drugstore brand. It's great to see from an affordable brand. e.l.f. Well done, my love. Well done. You've done well. So there you go. There you have it. That's my items added to the wish list. I've got to stop waving around this cup of tea. It's like literally stone cold right now. Obviously, I will add all of these items to my wish list now. So this is what my wish list is looking like. Hopefully editing Meg has had an easier time to reshuffle all of the things now on my wish list, to prioritise them from the most wanted to the least wanted. Most wanted is the top left, least wanted is the bottom right. It goes along like you're reading a book from left to right, top to bottom. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've got quite a lot of affordable things on my wish list now, simply because I've obviously bought most expensive things when I did my Beauty Bay and Cult Beauty haul. So I feel like we're left full of a wish list of very affordable things. Yet again, a lot of these things could be easily bought in one haul from Superdrug. You know, things like that, and a lot of it can be bought from Colourpop when I do a Colourpop haul one day. So yeah, I feel like there's some good things in here. I feel really positive about the wish list at the moment. We'll also flash up on the screen what's on my radar, or what I kind of, my makeup radar is like what I no longer want, yet I wouldn't be opposed to having it in my life. It's like I wouldn't be sad about it. I wouldn't be, oh god, no. But I'm equally like, there's some sort of intrigued with me there. So yeah, I'll add the things that I haven't already added to the on the radar wish list. We'll also pop over to skin products. I don't think we added any skincare this month. Do you know what it is I just genuinely don't really look at skincare very often. Maybe I should. Maybe next month I should deliberately scroll through a lot of skincare items, or like skincare pages and things like that, and see what I would like to try out. And then I'll just finally go to my purchased list, which is a lot. It's a lot. I feel like we've, you know, filled up nearly half a board there. That's, I mean, it's impressive. It's impressive, but also a little bit worrying. I think by the end of the year, after November's purchasing spree that I will definitely have from like a Superdrug or a Boots, like a drugstore haul and a Colourpop haul, that sort of thing. I hope you've had fun today. I definitely have. It's been really good to kind of reset my wish list and kind of reimagine what I do want and kind of realign my focus. Of course, I've bought a lot of products. I still haven't done my full face of first impressions yet. Probably might do that at some point, because I bought a lot from Beauty Bay and Cult Beauty, like I said. Hauls are up in the eye, like I said. But I do want to do a couple of full face first impressions and just play around with those products and appreciate them. That's the whole point of only allowing myself to buy makeup twice a year, is to enjoy the makeup I've got whilst still lusting for other things, and not be like new all the time. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really, really do appreciate it. Thumbs up if you have enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring the bell because then you'll be notified of all the videos I upload. I upload every single week and you wouldn't want to miss out on more content from me. No, you would not. No, you would not. Hope you guys stay safe and sound, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.